Hi, I'm Amy Musavi, Deaf Specialist at the Arizona Commission for the Deaf and the Hard of Hearing. And today I am here with Pv Jantz. He is a rehab counselor for the deaf for the Phoenix and Northern Arizona areas. This month is the National Disability Employment Awareness Month, so that's why I've asked Pv to come and do an interview with me today. Thank you for being willing to interview with me.
I appreciate the opportunity.
To start, I'd like for you to tell us what individuals who may be hiring deaf employees are concerned with, and what would you like them to know about deaf and hard of hearing employees?
Well, the biggest question that we usually get from employers is how they will communicate with their deaf and hard of hearing employees. And I tell them that it's simple, you just need to think outside the box. Try and provide accommodations that are simple. Accommodations can be inexpensive. Deaf people don't need an interpreter 24 hours a day, but you could have an interpreter for big and important meetings. But for everyday communication, you can use writing, you could use a video phone, you could use apps on the cell phone. Depends on that individual. If you have a hard of hearing employee, they may be able to use their phone, they may be able to use their equipment or phone apps as well. CART captioning is also available. The most important thing is to ask the employee their preferred way to communicate. You work with them, and as long as the employee asks what works for them, the employee can tell their employer what works best. Accommodations usually run between $500 and $600, and they're tax deductible.
Wonderful. Those are some really great tips. Now, you mentioned accommodations. When deaf and hard of hearing individuals are working on a day-to-day basis, what do you see as the most common accommodations?
Well, employers should focus on the individual and again, think outside the box. Ask the employee their preferred way to communicate and work with the employee. Every individual is different, so you need to figure out the best approach and the best communication opportunities with that deaf person. Deaf and hard of hearing people want to work. If they are given the opportunity to work, they will be a long-time employee.
Yes, research has proven that fact also. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate having you here.
Thanks for having me.